అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. సర్వేభ్యో నమో నమః. Today is the 8th day of our classes on Sanatana Dharma. This is part of advanced level 2 course on Sanatana Dharma. This is a 3 months course and we have completed 2 months, or in fact 2.5 months. Another 15 days are left to complete. In this, we are going to learn more about yoga, theory and practicals. Now, we will start the session with Vande Mataram and then Prarthana. Chala Chittibabu garu.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malaya Jasitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Subrajyosna Pulakitayamini, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhini, Suhasini, Sumadhura Bhashini, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చిట్టిబాబు గారు.
Namaskar.
Now let us request Ananthanji.
Hari Om.
Yeah.
1 minute meditation. Let us close our eyes. Sit erect. Relax the body. Total concentration on breath. Just I watch breath as a sakshi, without interfering. I pray my Ishta Daivam so that the day becomes good for me and others. गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् महागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु वाग्देव्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिर्गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मम पाहि गुरो ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ सर्वेभ्यः नमस्कारः
ధన్యవాదములండి అనంతన్ గారు. Now let us request Prabhu sir to start the webinar, please.
Okay, friends, today we will not be covering any asanas or pranayama, but we will cover meditation and theory only. Today is the last day for my presentation. Next week, Monday onwards, Bhushan Purohit and his partner, Mr. Ravi Kumar, will take classes for 1 week. After that, we will start again, maybe the last few days after the next week. When is our last day? 27th?
Yeah, 27th, 28th, 29th.
Today, which day it is?
Maybe Wednesday.
Is it Tuesday or what?
Wednesday. It will be generally Wednesday. After that,
is Wednesday.
Thursday is
So
test.
we have 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Again, I will come back to you. When is the exam after 27?
27th finish and 28th exam, 29th closing.
Oh. So we will have 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 25th, 26th, 27th. We'll cover some more theory and some more meditation. Today we will cover only meditation and some theory. So various types of meditations exist. I have shown you the Soham meditation and Om meditation. Today I will show some more types of meditation. Sit on Padmasana. I'm not covering any physical yoga like asanas, but today I have already finished all those things. First we start with pranayama. Take deep breath left to right and right to left. No sound. In Anulom Vilom Pranayama, no sound should come. Don't make any sound. Soft, deep, long breath from left. Breathe out to right again. To right. Sectional breathing, upper chest. Mid chest. Abdominal breathing. Again, upper chest. The idea is to expand different sections of the lungs so that more oxygen can be inhaled. I hope you are all practicing in well ventilated place like a balcony or windows open in the room or a terrace, depending on weather conditions. Right now, I'm sitting in a balcony. Now, take deep breath from left, full breath. First, fill up the upper chest, then middle chest, then abdomen. Then breathe out to right by evacuating first upper chest, then middle chest, then the abdomen. Okay, now I'll show you some new pranayamas. Brahmari, we will do Brahmari now. It is similar to Om, but only the Ma part, last part. Not there. Only will be there, but closing the S. Brahmari it is called because Brahmaram mental is kada. So that sound. So close your ears with your thumbs. Take deep breath and go on producing sound. 10 to 20 times. Take deep breath normally through nose. So due to the vibrations in the brain, many problems connected to the ears or the brain, some people get sound inside disorder. So similarly, deafness or mental agitation, all those things can be overcome through Brahmari. So in Hatha Yoga, we have 10 pranayamas. Bhastrika, you know what is Bhastrika? Abdominal breathing, inhalation forward, exhalation backward, with different speeds. Then we have the Brahmari, then we have Shitali, Chitkari, I already showed you. Then we have Surya Veda, that is inhaling through right nostril and exhaling through left only after holding for a short while. It creates heat in the body, winter season. Then we have Ocha, Plavini, Ujjayi. So I have taught quite a few of them. Bhushan will teach some more. Bhushan is my junior. I taught him advanced asanas in 1980s when he was a demonstrator at Gandhi. Now he is the secretary of our Vishwayog Vidyapit, for which I am chairman. Ravi Kumar is the president of the Telangana Yoga Association and also the All India Yoga Federation. Bhushan is president and Kumar is vice president. I have abstained from all official roles except the chairman role of the Yoga Vidyapit, Vishwa Yoga Vidyapit, which I founded around 10 years back, for which we are conducting classes and these courses along with the Veda Samskruti Samiti VSS. Okay, now we will go for some meditation exercises. So I've already shown you Soham meditation and Om meditation. So there are some more meditation techniques. So I developed a new meditation technique called Dharma Yoga meditation technique. What is Dharma Yoga? Dharma Yoga is replacing the negative emotions with positive emotions. So in our mind, we have 10 negative emotions possible. One is the ahankaram first, the root cause of all other adharmas like mamakaram, raga, vesha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada and matsar. Well, basic ahankaram cannot be eliminated. Fundamental definition of the jiva, I exist. Basic ahankaram, but durahankaram, which is arrogance, is the root cause of all conflicts because it leads to various other negative emotions. Mamakaram, nadi, mine. Then raga on those objects which you have mamakaram. Then dvesha among those, some of those which have raga will turn into dvesha, like your own close relatives become your enemies sometimes, either temporarily or depending on the clashes you had. And you cannot have enemies with whom you have no connection. Strangers, you never can miss. Only those with whom you have a connection, amakaram, they will become enemies after certain clashes of anger. Of course, anger is result of unfulfilled desires. If desires are fulfilled, that is kama, then it leads to greed. If desire is not fulfilled, it leads to krodha, anger. And greed is lobha. And even if greed is getting satisfied, it turns into moha, craze. Like when you play the gambling games, initially you may get some results in your favor. Slowly you will be entrapped to an illusion that you get more and more, and finally you. That's an example of moha. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, and mada. Mada is pride. I am so great and all. And matsarya is jealousy. If not all the above, Matsarya jealousy will be there. So these 10, again I repeat, Ahankara, Mamakara, Raga, Dvesh, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, and Mada and Matsarya. So these 10 rule the world. Capital markets are run on greed, businesses are run on greed, politics is made on violent greed and anger and pride and you and all that. So in our life, we all face all kinds of problems. Nobody who has any problem. So all the problems are coming due to these 10 on one of the 10. So in Dharma Yoga meditation, what we do is we observe our thoughts. Just to go on observing what thoughts you are getting, what images you are getting, what memories you are getting. So when you observe and observe and observe, if nothing is coming permanently, that means so many memories come and go, nothing is sticking, nothing is fixed or permanent, then fine. So the thoughts and feelings, they appear, go, appear, and go, appear. Nothing is persisting. But if somebody is getting some persistent images or persistent memories regarding your close relatives or regarding friends or regarding the office or regarding something happened outside, if you observe carefully, you'll realize that those memories or incidents or opinions or problems are originating out of one of these 10 negative emotions. Cannot be anything new. Either it is based on ahankara or mamkara or raga or klesha or kama or krodha or moha or atsa. So if you observe carefully, you will be able to identify, okay, this is matsarya, jealousy, this is greed, lobha, this is pride, mada, this is krodha, anger, this is kama, this is lobha, moha. So you will be able to identify. If not ahankara or mamkara, once you are able to identify, you keep on observing the same thing. Like a observer, you go on observing without reaction. So daily when you do this, that particular negative emotion, suppose anger is there, it will be reduced day by day, not disappear, but it will become weaker and weaker by reducing. And when it becomes adequately weak, you force it out with its opposite. You replace it with its opposite. What is the opposite of anger? The opposite of anger is love. What is the opposite of greed? The opposite of greed is charity. So, what is the opposite of kama? Vairagya, no desires, free from desires. So, if you replace with the opposite is dharma, and these are adharma. So, this is called dharma yoga meditation. So, opposites are positive emotions. Serenity, regularity, absence of vanity, sincerity, simplicity, veracity, equanimity, fixity, non-irritability, adaptability, humility, tenacity, integrity, nobility, magnanimity, charity, generosity, purity. 18 it is. Practice daily these 18 it is, you will soon attain immortal. Like for each one of these negative emotions, there is more than one positive emotion. Like greed, you can have charity, generosity, magnanimity. That's why we have the prescription of performing charity, Dharma. So similarly, for pride, humility, the greatness of Mahatma Gandhi was his humility. He was not proud, he was not aggressive, or he was not arrogant. So these positive emotions, when they replace the negative emotions, they become neutralized. The negative emotions become neutralized, and you will be freed from the encumbrance of that particular negative emotion. This process is called Dharma Yoga meditation. So when the neutralization happens, you will not have a hatred anymore, you will not have anger anymore on that person, on that target, based on the past experience. So when you meet that person next time, you behave as if nothing happened and in a positive way, in a lovable and affectionate way. So when you do that, then that person also will start responding to you in a positive way. So this is Dharma Yoga meditation. So let us practice it in our meditation process. Just observe your thoughts, what thoughts you are getting. If you are not getting any thoughts, fine. You can just go into blankness.
Your video is not coming.
Yeah, just come. Can you see my image also?
No. The voice is coming, but video is not there. Yeah, it's coming. Now it's okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
You can see me well?
yeah, right.
Okay, so that is about the Dharma Yoga meditation. Let us practice it for a few minutes. Just observe your thoughts. If you are not getting any negative emotions, you're very lucky. And if at all you are getting, you can replace with positive emotions and you'll be relieved from the affliction, badha of those negative emotions and you'll be free. Be free and enjoy yourself within yourself. Atmanyeva atmano tushtaha stitaprajna sadochyate. So when you are satisfied within yourself, without any negative emotions, after neutralizing them, that is Ananda, Atma Anandam. Anandoham, 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 Anandam. Anandoham, 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 Anandam. Atmanandam. Satchidanandam. That is, you exist, you are conscious, and you are blissful. Ananda is your true nature. Anando, Anando. And you are infinite and eternal. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Infinite means beyond space, no limitations due to space. Anantam means no limitations due to. Anantam is no limitations due to time or space. And you are the truthful, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. And therefore you are Brahman. You don't have to go into any theory, just be within yourself, pure consciousness, Satchidanandam. And you and your neighbor are one and the same. And therefore this Satchidanandam oneness has to be experienced with your neighbor also. Neighbor means anybody, people surrounding you, your family members, and even your colleagues or your physical neighbors or temporary neighbors. So that oneness, when it is experienced, you will have love instead of hatred. I've already told you, I've replaced all negative emotions with positive emotions. So you love everyone. First you love yourself, then you realize yourself to be there in everyone, one by one, all of them, because they are all within your mind. Your mind is your universe. And your mind is within yourself, and mind actually does not exist. You can stop the mind, and you are only yourself. So only yourself exists. The self exists, nothing else exists. And that self is Satchidanand. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Trigunarhaitam Tattvamasyadi Lakshyam. The same thing is conveyed to the Mahavakyas like Tattvamasi. Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam. That is Sakshi, we have been observers. Bhavatitam Trigunarhaitam. Om Namah Pranavadhaya Satyajnanaikamuktaye. Ishvaro Gururapmeti Mukti is though there are three apparent forms, Ishvara, Guru and Jivatma, they are the same one Atma everywhere in reality. Please mute your mics, all of you. Okay, friends, open your eyes. So, this is what I call as Dharma Yoga meditation. If you have any questions on this Dharma Yoga meditation, ask me now. I'll go to another topic after this. Any doubts or questions on only this topic?
Namaskar,
Anybody?
Varu. When you said we should go for this Dharma Yoga meditation, there are positive feelings and also negative feelings in the body, on the mind. So, should we first remove those negative feelings and then think of the positives?
That's what I am telling you. You have to understand what I told you, how to remove those negative emotions. Tell me. Can you remove so easily?
Yeah, we have to concentrate on those things, and as we concentrate, that it reduces, diminishes, and then fill it with the opposite.
Correct. That is a process, procedure. So it may not happen in one day, it may happen in many days, doesn't matter. So as and when those negative emotions become weakened, they cannot be removed unless they become weak. So when they become weak, they will become weak by observation. Just by observation every day. After some time, they will become adequately weak. So when they become adequately weak, you forcibly substitute that negative emotion with its opposite. Okay? That opposite is the positive. You know
Okay.
what are those opposites.
Yeah.
So when you replace with the positive emotion, the negative emotion will be neutralized, cancelled. So only positive emotion will be, even positive emotion is not required. If you neutralize, that's good enough. Then you are free. You are freed from encumbrances. Because every day we are going through this process of negative emotions. So many incidents happen, so many clashes happen, so many worries happen, so many things happen inside the mind, the load of the mind, the thought processes. So we are trying to clean up. So once you have cleaned up, you have neutralized the negative emotion, you are free. When you are free, then be in yourself. That is total blankness, that pure consciousness. So who are you then? Comes the elevation. You become higher and higher. Then your pure consciousness. That pure consciousness is Chit. And because it exists, it is Sat. And it is Ananda because it is freed from all miseries. All miseries are coming due to negative emotions. So Satchidananda is your true nature. That is what you enjoy being yourself. Anandoham, 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 Anandoham. So keep on enjoying yourself like that. Then you should also realize the same pure consciousness, Satchidanandam, is there in everyone, not only in yourself, but in your neighbors. Your neighbor could be your family member or your colleague or your physical neighbor or temporary neighbor. Everybody is a neighbor. That is companion. So many companion. Wife is a companion. Husband is a companion. Nowadays, ChatGPT is also a companion. So I'm not talking of ChatGPT. I'm talking of humans who are companions. So once you realize the same thing is there in that person, you start loving that person because you love yourself. Whom do you love? Actually, you love yourself. So when you realize that you are there in your son or in your, you know that you feel. See, you when your son gets some problem, you also feel that you got that problem. In fact, even in the office, particularly leadership roles, boss, when I got an award, then my whole office, my colleagues, my subordinates, they all felt as if they got award. So that is oneness, and that due to oneness only there will be love. That is the positive emotion we should encourage. And that is how we will be able to live a lovable, affectionate life with your companion, neighbors, your colleagues, everyone. So it is internal transformation leading to personal transformation, leading to familial transformation, and to organizational transformation, to societal transformation. So sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhave. Not even one should be miserable. Sarvastaratu durgani sarvo, let all cross all difficulties. Sarvo bhadrani pashyatu, may all see good things happening. Sarvas sadbuddhimapnotu, sarvas sarvatra nandatu, they all have the ananda. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. This is global blessing. So this is the Asuveka Kutumbakam, not only Eka Kutumbakam, but Ekatmatvam, Ekatmasthiti. That is Brahmatmana Samsthiti. Brahman means the totality, and when you see yourself one with the totality, that is Brahmatmana Aham Brahmasmi. Instead of ego, you cross ego also out of these 10 negative emotions. Ahankara is the first and smallest basic fundamental background. If you cross that also, you expand your identity with the whole universe. Hiranyagarbhadisthavaranteshu sharireshu yad ekam chaitanyamaste tadeva aham ismeti dridhajnana siddhir bhuyat. Sajatiya vijatiya swagata bheda rahita akhanda satchidananda brahmatma siddhir bhuyat. Nitya shuddha buddha mukta satya parama ananda advitiya brahmatma siddhir bhuyat. So these are all assertions of yourself as one. Sarvabhutasthmatmanam sarvabhutani chatmani ikshate yoga yuktatma sarvatra samadarshinaha yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvancha mai pashyati tasyaham na pranashyami sachamena pranashyati atma upamyena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va yadiva dukkham sayogi paramo. This is 6th chapter. This is the core and essence of the yoga process.
All other things are only preparation steps for the same stage of self-realization and universal self-realization and oneness and love and universal love. This is solution for all problems. People are stuck up in between somewhere, and that's why they have all kinds of problems, all kinds of crises, all kinds of misunderstandings, all kinds of statements issued, and all kinds of fights. All this is happening. So this is the Dharma Yoga is the universal solution for all the universal level problems of all types in different levels, individual level, family within family level, or the organizational level, or the societal level. So this is what I have developed. So I hope you reach the success in this process. Any other person wants to ask any other question? From Brahma to Brahma. Brahma, we are living in Brahmas. All kinds of illusions, delusions, like these people who are defining Sanatana Dharma as a targeted villain. They are having their own Brahma about what is Sanatana Dharma. They look at Sanatana Dharma as a process of tormentation of the lower caste by the upper caste. In fact, the persons who are speaking all that, they themselves are very rich. They are extremely rich. They are more richer than the so-called upper classes. And they are more powerful than the so-called upper class. But they will talk all these things as if they are being tormented, as if they are being, exploited by the so-called upper classes. They all Brahma. All the people live in their own perceptions of delusion, illusion, hallucination, or wrong interpretation. The wrong theories are being given in the books. Like even the books written by that E.V. Ramaswamy, they are giving some kind of bias and wrong perceptions. And these people are repeating that today after 200 years. 100 years. So those things don't stand anymore today. But they will be talking as if they stand. They'll be talking as if they are very backward, downtrodden, suppressed. The reality is opposite. They are the rich, they are the forward, and so-called upper caste or forward class are now being suppressed. Things have changed. And again, it is false interpretations, false perceptions. All this is Brahma. So all this is coming due to arrogance, ahankara, mamkara, raga, dvesha, same 10 negative emotions. I hope you know what I'm referring to, controversies that are going on in the news today. So it is all kind of Brahma created by the mind with all these 10 negative, only these 10 negative emotions are playing havoc. So if you want to eliminate the consequences of these 10 negative emotions, you have to go back into the root and you have to replace them with the opposite what I told you. There is no other process. In fact, all other religious rituals like puja, they are all trying the same thing. You know how? Suppose you are worshipping Rama. Now, what does it mean? What does Rama stand for? Not just a human being, but he stands for certain principles, certain positive emotions. What are those positive emotions? It is described right in the beginning in Ramayana. The question is asked, who is there having so and so qualities? Satyajnascha, dharmajnascha, and same qualities of positive emotion, dharma, that is universal oneness, love, who is beyond anger, beyond jealousy, beyond greed. So when you are worshipping Rama, you are trying to imbibe those positive emotions into yourself. Nothing. So when you are worshipping any god, say Buddha, you keep a Buddha statue. Buddhists are worshipping Buddha. What does it mean? Buddha's qualities you should get into yourself. People who worship Jesus also, they are trying to get karuna, daya, all those things. So the so-called upasana of a particular devata will be nothing but a process of importing or imbibing the positive emotions, which are represented by that particular personality or devata. Like Rama stands for being upright, being truthful, being dharmic, being not getting angry, and protector of the universe. All these qualities, 16 qualities that we described for. Similarly, for Krishna, certain qualities are described. So, by so-called meditation, is nothing but modifying your thoughts, modifying your mind as per that object of devata. So, mantra is also like that only. So once you modified your thoughts, then you are liberated from the negative effect of those negative emotions. And in fact, believe it or not, those negative emotions cause all diseases. Greed leads to particular disease. Jealousy leads to another disease. Anger leads to high blood pressure, heart disease. So many things are there. You know all those things. That is called stress. So this so-called religion or religious practices or so-called upasanas or different devatas. And now Muslims perform upasana on Allah. Allah means Ishvara, Irgunaya, Parabrahma. So why they insist that you should not perform upasana on lower entities is that because you will not get highest level. So if you perform upasana, even Bhagavad Gita, that's clearly mentioned. Yanti devata, yanti pitrun, yanti pitrata, bhutan, yanti bhutesho, yanti madhyajino apema. Those who perform upasana and bhutas, they will get those pishachas, they will get yakshas. So those who are perform upasana on me, that is Ishvara, Parameshvara, they will reach me. So he has said it very clearly. So it depends on what you want. Do you want only limited desires fulfilled? Then you perform upasana on only those limited devatas. Like you want knowledge. Here you are a student, then you perform upasana on Saraswati. Like a student, a school student is not bothered of earning money. So only limited scope of jnana. Jnana Shakti is Saraswati. So you perform upasana on Saraswati, you will get jnana Shakti. And those who have grown up, they want Lakshmi. They want 8 types of wealth. Money, grains, food, children, victory, Dhanya Lakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi. So Ashtalakshmis are there. And those who want victory in the war, they perform upasana on Durga, that is Kriya Shakti, power. So all the Rajputs going to war, they will first, they perform upasana only on Durga Devi. So depending on your requirement, you perform upasana on those qualities which are represented as devatas of that kind. They are not human beings. Saraswati is not a human being. Lakshmi is not a human being. Though we show as if he's a human being with a sari and all that, it is not true. We know that. So it is only a symbolic representation. Like Saraswati is knowledge represented by a book in hand and by Veena and other musical knowledge, bookish knowledge, and Mala, Japa knowledge. And you can add one laptop also or mobile also if you want. So different forms of knowledge. So similarly, all other devatas. So I gave you many examples and both non-humans and humans. Humans means Buddha was a human, Rama was a human. But they represent not their physical body, but they represent those qualities. Okay. So even on Jesus Day permutation have bhakti because Jesus stands for certain qualities. And the other interesting thing is that all these devatas are partial windows. The devata is a partial window to the Ishvara, the supreme, all-encompassing Ishvara or Parameshvara or Parabrahman. That is infinite, eternal totality. But each devata is a window, is a not totality, but is a partial window. So when you go in through the partial window, actually you are trying to reach the infinite, eternal Parabrahman only. So all devatas are that way windows to Parabrahman. That is how we have the window concept. So when you see the Saraswati Upasana, Saraswati Sahasranama Stotram, then they will say Saraswati is Parabrahma Swarupini. Lakshmi also, Lakshmi Sahasranamam if you take, they will say Lakshmi is Parabrahma Swarupini. You take Lalita Sahasranam, Lalita is Parabrahma Swarupini. Mola Prakriti, Avyakta, Vyakta, Vyakta Swarupini. So all devatas will be shown as a supreme being. Even in Christianity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So the Father is Ishvara, Holy Spirit is Paramatma, and Jesus is the Son. They call it, it's a fictitious, maybe fictional, maybe it's not confirmed. Some people say it's only fictional. It is an icon, Devata for Upasana, for Bhakti, towards the Supreme Being, which is Father. Because Father means, even in the 11th chapter, Arjuna has used the word Father. Pitasi lokasya characharasya, you are the Father of the universe. So, the from known to unknown, that is the principle in teaching. What is known to you is what is visible to you. What is a single person, a human being like Rama or Buddha or Krishna. What is unknown to you is Brahman, Omkaram. So you can only go from known to the unknown. That is the Devata Upasana leading to Ishvara Upasana. There are three different things: Devata Upasana, Ishvara Upasana, and Brahma Upasana. The sannyasis or swamis who have given up everything, who have reached the highest stage, they don't have to perform any Devata Upasana. They will directly do Brahma Upasana. Brahmaivaham, 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 Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. That is the level in which such people are there. All people are not in same level. Depending on the level, that Devata Upasana or Ishvara Upasana or Upasana will be possible and will be recommended by the Guru. So depending on your level, your Upasana Devata and the mantra of that Devata will be recommended by the Guru. So if you are in the highest level, then you are Brahma Upasana, Aham Brahmasmi, Om, that's all, nothing else. All the sannyasis, sadhus and Satpurushas there, the Shankaracharya and all, they will do only Om. They get absorbed in the Brahman. And they can, if they die in that stage, they will not be born again. And others, different levels are there. Small children, they don't understand anything. So you teach them Saraswati and other things for knowledge. And similarly, Lakshmi, and similarly, Adi Parashakti. Adi Parashakti is nothing but Om. So lower level than that is various Adi Parashakti forms. Navadurgas are there. Icha Shakti, Gnana, Icha Shakti is Lakshmi, Jnana Shakti is Saraswati, Kriya Shakti is Durga. So and their sub-components. Durga means Navadurgas are there. Ashtadasha Puja Durga is there. So these are all different manifestations which appeared at different times in history. So they actually appeared like that. But today you may not be able to see it yourself. Ashtabhuja Durga, Ashtadasha Bhuja Durga, you cannot see it yourself. But they appeared like that at some point of time to somebody. And that's why temples are constructed in those forms. Kali, for example. Kali is a manifestation to destroy all the Rakshasas, deadly Rakshasas. It doesn't mean only that form is there. So that form appeared at a particular point of time to a particular purpose to be achieved. So that is Kali's Upasana. I hope you are getting the totality picture now. So Shiva means Shiva is formless. Shiva Linga is the indication of Shiva. Shiva Linga is not Shiva. It's an indication, symbol of Shiva. Shiva is Parabrahman. Finally, all Devatas merge into one Parabrahman Om. Like A to Ma, all Bijaksharas are there. In between each Bijakshara is a Devata. Like Ra is Agni Devata, Ya is Vayu Devata, Va is Prithvi. Sorry, not Prithvi. And La is Prithvi. So this different Kha is Akasha. So all these Bijaksharas which are there from A to Ma, they are all covered in Om. A, U, Ma. U is in between, A is beginning, Yam at the end, complete is Om. That means all Devatas are included. Each one is a window, entry point into the Supreme Om. So Muslims don't understand. They think Hindus are worshipping idols. Hindus are worshipping multiple devatas. I've explained this to some of our friends in Muslim scholars. Then they have understood that in all the temples, in all the devatas, only Allah is being worshipped. Only such people who understand will not have conflict with Hindus. Otherwise, they will think something else, Brahma. So finally, to summarize what I can say is, one has to traverse from Brahma to Brahman. So now I stop here. You ask me any questions on in the entire topic. I think today I opened up the entire topic of religion as a whole. Not only Hinduism, but others also I have covered. You can ask me any question on what I have talked till
now. One question in the chat box is, for how long should we do this Dharma Yoga meditation?
Until you are freed from negative emotions. So once you are in today's session also, after a few minutes, you are free from all negative emotions, because you have substituted the negative emotions with positive emotion. And once you have substituted, it will neutralize, cancel. Then you are free. You are just in peace yourself. Be in yourself as long as you can, as long as you want. And then make assertions, the mantras of assertion. That is, I am the Omkaram you meditated. I am merged with Om at the end. Then you open your eyes. I already showed you the Om meditation. It is Dharma Yoga is required only for neutralizing the negative. Then you go into Om direction. After Om, you can do any number of times. You'll be enjoying Atma Ananda, Om Ananda, Brahma Ananda, Paramasupala, Kevalam Jnanamu, Andvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalam Achalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam. That is the enjoyment of Atma Anandam, Brahma Anandam. You can do as long as you want, or even if you open the eyes and you are carrying on with your life, you remember that you will be freed. You are a liberated person as long as you maintain that state of mind.
Gautam Mukherjee, he wants, please repeat on Christianity. Their word, God is Brahman, Father is Ishvara, and Son is Jivatma. I can't understand this.
No. Jivatma is soul. See, soul is Jivatma, that is each individual soul. And Son is the Jesus, whom they have created as a character. Though historically he may not have existed, some people say he never existed. But as a person, he has been projected as the Son of God. So the Father is the Ishvara, and Holy Spirit is the Paramatma. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So all the three are same according to Christianity, because they are using Jesus as a window, as a Devata to Father, that is Ishvara, and Holy Spirit, that is Paramatma.
So that means, Jesus is the Guru. Jesus is the Guru. Son is the Guru, and Father is Ishwar, and Holy Spirit is Brahman. One equivalently, one mapping if you do.
So Brahman, they don't have full understanding. They have Paramatma. Holy Spirit is Paramatma.
Holy Spirit is Paramatma. And Father is God, Ishvara. And Shan is the Guru, because he has created this.
Guru, Devata, Avatar. You can take it in different ways.
Thank you.
Okay. There is one more, then one question is there. I'll just, it's slightly lengthy. There are still incidents, students refuse to eat in school as the cook is a Dalit. Even students in the age group of 7 to 12 are getting, just a minute. It is because basically talking about the Chandala and the 7 to 12.
Yeah, I'll explain. I'll
Yeah.
explain. See,
Right.
today the circumstances are totally different. In fact, my driver is a scheduled caste. My servant watchman is also scheduled caste, but they are as neat as any other upper caste. They are as professional and as neat as any other upper caste. Today, the situation. Our colleagues may also be scheduled caste. Our even bosses may be scheduled caste. Professors are scheduled caste. Today, the situation is totally different. Originally, when there was some hundreds of thousands of years ago, hundreds of years, not thousands, when there was no uh, progress of technology and no progress of hygienic circumstances, etc., these people were kept outside the village. It's all village economy. Cities were very few. So inside the village, the Brahman is the priest who will look after the temple and chanting Vedas, mantras, and perform various rituals like marriages and so on. So he is the purest but the poorest. He has to depend on the funding from others who are actually earning the money. Economic activity. Economic activity is performed by the Shudras. Please remember this. It is the reality is opposite of what is normally believed. Brahmins are not the richest, they are the poorest. And because they cannot produce any goods or services which are economical, in the sense which can result in money generation. So money generation can be possible only by the Shudra professions. 100 Shudra professions are there. That is, potter, carpenter, and blacksmith, tinsmith, goldsmith, and so on and so forth. Tailor and barber and so on. So they are the economic activities. That's why it's compared with the legs of the social man. Purusha is a social man. Without the legs, you cannot move forward. You will be handicapped. So these economic activities are in fact the original source of revenue. Economical activities, they generate money. And that money so generated is, if it is in excess, other than barter system, it's all barter system these days. It will be managed by the Vaishya, Krishi, Gorakshana, and Vanijya. So that excess money, it will be shared actually. Whatever money is generated will be shared. Money is again, it's not cash, it is grains. They used to share the grains. Like the Brahmins had lands which are donated by kings, and whatever product used to produce at the end of this agricultural activity, that was being shared. Barter system. This much will be given to, my mother told me clearly in 1920s what was happening in the villages in India. As soon as the crops are cut, it will be immediately shared. This much share is given to barber, this much share is given to washerman, this much share given to carpenter. So all go on giving. And any excess share, if at all it is converted into cash, it will be managed in a bank which is operated by a Vaishya, Marwadi, Agarwal, all that kind of thing. So the money management, Vanijyam, trade, buying and selling, and Krishi, agriculture. Of course, Krishi is also done by the Sudras, who are the actual farmers. And the Vaishya is only managing the funds generated. And that's why it's compared with the thighs of the social man. That is the economic substance, economic strength. Then, of course, the Kshatriyas are the kings. They rule. They are the most powerful, not Brahmins. They are the most powerful. They have weapons. They can kill anybody. They can punish anybody. They can fight in the war. They can die. Either they kill or they die in the war. So that is Kshatriya's role. Yuddheshu apalayana. Kshatriya is defined by Manu as a person who will not run away in a war. If he doesn't kill, he will be killed. He should be ready to die. So that attitude will not be possible for others. Only Kshatriyas will have that attitude. Either you kill or get killed. Others will run away from the war. So now they have told you all the four castes. So these are all defined Bahu Rajanya Kritaha, that is, the shoulders are explained as Kshatriyas, and mouth, teacher, is Brahmana. This is just a symbolic explanation of the professional activities of a social structure that is called Purusha in the Purusha Sukta. Purusha is a social man. Society is compared to a man. So the four functions, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Now the people who are outcast from these four for various reasons of punishment, etc., they are kept outside the village. And they were cutting the dead bodies like dead animals. They were disposing the dead bodies of humans. Dome Raja, there is a cemetery, the cremation process. So they deal with bacteria and dangerous things which can spread into all people. So that's why they were kept aloof and they were not in touch. It's like corona untouchability. And even the untouchability is practiced in the house also. When the menses come for the females, they are kept away for 3 days. Untouchability being practiced is a social evil, right? So this is what it was. But today the situations are different. So that's why you should not compare what happened 200 years ago or 500 years ago, 1000 years ago to today what is happening. But tomorrow what can happen? Tomorrow robots will come. What caste will robots will have? Will have a sixth caste, artificial intelligence. So it is all to be understood in a proper way. I think I made it very clear.
Actually, there is, sir, actually, there is also a sense of revenge. There is a question from one of the that caste system should be one away. So it is, some people tell they're rich, they're living in America, it's the lowest caste. He is telling that for the past 4,000 years, the Brahmin and all upper caste, they have tortured them. Now they want to take revenge. By the this reservation system is one of the ways of revenge, taking revenge. So they are suffering from these negative emotions.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. See, even within your own family, your son and daughter may want to take revenge on you. That is a fact, okay? Because you have beaten them when when they were children. A lot of children feel that they take revenge on their father and mother. Do you know this? It's a fact. Because they have beaten them in childhood and they have put them into torture in various coaching centers and training centers and this and that. So they want to take revenge. This is like that. You see, the so-called tormentation was not actually what they are interpreting as. The Sudras in the old system, they never felt they were tormented. The so-called BCs, 50% of them, so in fact, if you take the percentage, the Brahmanas percentage is very small. In South India, it is 3%, 4%, 5%. I think in Tamil Nadu, it is 2.5% or something. In Karnataka, is 3% or 4%. Whereas in North India, it's 15% Brahmanas. And then again, Kshatriyas also will have very less percentage. So the maximum percentage of population is Sudras only, anywhere and everywhere. Because the 80%, 70% will be Sudras, if not 50. That's why now in Andhra Pradesh, the reservation was 50%. It is 27% for the backward classes and 22% for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. 15 plus 7. So that is a percentage population. The point here is that as far as the Shudra caste, so-called BCs, there was never any tormentation because they were rich. They were the production caste. They were the landed caste. So they have all the lands. In fact, when this E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar formed the Justice Party and presented a document to the British Parliament on the same lines which you just mentioned, that the Brahmins have tormented us, so we want to do this, we want to do that. Who is rating all this? The richest landed castes. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar himself is an Naidu, and there are others, the Yadavs and others like Lalu Prasad Yadav and all this. Even Ramdev is a Yadav by birth. So all these people have lands, whereas Brahmins don't have lands unless somebody donates. So the British Parliament, the British rulers were wonderstruck when the richer people are telling that they are getting tormented by the poor people. So they dismissed the Justice Party's report. It's all utter nonsense. Okay? Now coming to scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, again is a different story. Scheduled tribe is not untouchable. They are the Nishadas. They lived in the forest. They even they belong to the forest. In Northeast, all are scheduled tribes. Because everybody lives in hills. So they are very advanced. If you go to Shillong, whomsoever you see, they are scheduled tribe. And they are very advanced. They are not untouchables. So the problem is only with the untouchables. So scheduled caste, which is 15%, 1/5. The reservation is also given 1/5. So now these scheduled castes were kept outside the village because they were handling dead bodies and infectious situations. It is not because they want to torment them. It is because they don't want the infections to spread to the entire population. So that is the fact, and that is why Gandhiji and others, they have come out with compensatory measures like reservation for a limited period, for 15 years or something like that. And after that, it's not required then, right? So today the situation is the opposite. People who have enjoyed the reservations, they have become very powerful, very rich, and even then they are getting reservations for their children and grandchildren, IAS officers or vice chancellors, professors of scheduled caste. They get reservations for their children and grandchildren. Is it correct? Are they weak? Are they downtrodden? Now today the Brahmins are getting downtrodden and weak and poor. So everything changes with time. But these people, due to political reasons or emotional reasons or vote bank reasons, they don't want to accept the fact that when the reservations were granted, it was their time frame given. So these are all issues you see coming due to confusion and illusion. Like for example, right now the people who are shouting so much against Sanatana Dharma, calling for destruction of Sanatana Dharma. Who are they? Now you take the fellow Udayanidhi. That fellow owns hundreds and thousands of crores. And you take that minister Ponmudi, he is also like that. And then you take this fellow A. Raja, 2G scam. That fellow owns many, many crores worth of properties. And he says he's backward, downtrodden, untouchable, all nonsense. Things have changed, things keep changing with time. And it is so stupid, like even children want to take revenge on their parents after they grow up. Because in my childhood, you have beaten me, you have tormented me, you have put me in coaching centers where they tormented me. They're telling like this. I've seen it with my own eyes. How stupid is all this? Anybody with wisdom will not indulge in such things.
Yeah, I think there are no questions further in the chat box.
Okay.
Guruji, that book, Snakes in the Ganges, it exposes this, all this of what you are talking about now.
Yes, yes,
The
yes.
way they want to break India with trying to drive a wedge between the classes of
Yes.
people.
Correct, correct. See, the foreign powers is a different story. Totally. Pakistan is there. Pakistan wants to destroy India because they think India destroyed Pakistan by making Bangladesh independent without realizing that they themselves caused that situation by tormenting the Bengalis in Bangladesh without accepting the reality. So and then of course China is there. China is a communist aggressor dictatorship. They want to dominate the whole world. They'll be very happy if India is broken into pieces. And also even the Western countries, they are the culprits. This Kashmir problem is created by England. That Gilgit-Baltistan was under England directly after partition also. So all these political issues are there. I have no doubt that whatever Rajiv Malhotra says or whatever Narendra Modi says or whatever many others are saying are facts. But as far as this DK-DMK issue is concerned, it is to be properly understood and interpreted in the current modern context. You should not take something what happened 200 years ago and then now try to take revenge today. It's all nonsense. Because today's situation is different. Even if you take reservations, those who have enjoyed reservation for 75 years, they've already been developed. They are in fact more advanced than the so-called upper caste like Brahmins and others. Why should they have continuity of reservations even now? Tell me. In fact, now reservations are required for Brahmins. It has already come. Economically backward caste certificate is taken. I know some of my relatives, they are so poor, they cannot pay the fees. So they have taken the economically backward caste certificate, which is given for Brahmins who are economically poor. So things
And
have
the
not.
new thing is they try to break the family unit also. The whole media structure is so wired that they want to break the simple family unit, like multi-pronged approach. All this gender fluidity and it's all become
yeah,
real, Guruji.
yeah, okay. There is a question on the difference between Brahmopasana and Ishwaropasana.
Yeah. See, Brahman is Nirguna Brahman. In the 12th chapter, the Arjuna asked this question. Yet Aksharam Anirdesyam Avyaktam Pariyupasade Sarvatragam Achintyan Chakutastha Achalam Dhruvam. So that is the nature of Brahman. Achalam Anantam Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Omkaram. So that is called Brahmopasana, Nirgunopasana. Whereas Ishvara means Ishvara is a personality. Klesha Karma Vipakashaya Raparamrishta Purusha Visesha Ishvara. You can equate with Shiva or you can equate with Vishnu. Or even you can also take Adiparashakti. They are all Ishvara forms. They are having the power to Srishti Sthiti Laya. Jiva doesn't have those powers for performing Srishti Sthiti Laya. Ishvara has. Ishvara is a window to Brahman. Nirguna Brahman, Om is the highest level. If you take a triangle, the top biggest face of the triangle is that, or pyramid. And the middle is the Ishvara, and below Ishvara are Devatas. And below Devatas are the physical powers, physical forces like earth, water. They are also Devatas only. So this is the diagram I gave in my first chapter of my book, Dharma Yoga. So when you perform Upasana on Devatas, you are performing the window of Ishvara. And Ishvara is a window to Brahman. So that way Devata is also a window to Brahman. So all Upasanas are in this three inverted triangle or inverted pyramid shape. Okay?
Okay, sir. They want Dharma Yoga book link.
So there is no link. I have kept it private circulation only because some people advise me, Nirajatri advised me not to publish it because it will be misused by Christian missionaries for converting more Hindus into Christians. So I have not published it for that reason. I have a email book chapters I've sent to many of you already. To those who are seriously interested in doing research on this, I can, because in that book I showed that the same positive principles are recommended. That is Dharma is ordained, is recommended in all the scriptures of all religions, not only Hindu scriptures. Even in Bible and Quran and Buddha Sutras and Jaina Sutras and Guru Granth Sahib, the same positive principles of Dharma are ordained or recommended, like truth, non-violence, non-stealing, non-possessiveness, chastity, and so on. So charity, generosity, purity, and austerity, and magnanimity, and service, and compassion. Same things are there in all the scriptures of all religions of the world. That's what I proved in that book with cross-references and expansions with those cross-references, even in Quran and even in Bible. But what is happening, people don't even know that these things are there. Even they don't know, they want to ignore. I'll give you right now one example. Say, for example, Ahimsa. Now, Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. This is mentioned in the Veda. And in Yamanemas, we have Ahimsa. And Buddha and Jaina, they are nothing but based on Ahimsa. As if they are telling as if it's a new concept. It is not a new concept. It is already there. They have emphasized on it. And the same Ahimsa is used as one of the commandments in Bible, thou shalt not kill. That's a crude way of telling Ahimsa. and brahmacharya, for example, is mentioned in the Bible as thou shalt not covet by thy neighbor's wife. That's a crude way of telling brahmacharya. So this, even in Quran, it is there. I have got the reference in that book. My friends who are in Buddha Sutras, Jaina Sutras, of course, ahimsa and other things are held very high. Yeah, that is how the religions are formed. So if you take Guru Granth Sahib, it is a compilation of the quotations from other scriptures. And these are called dharmic religions. Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and Hinduism are called dharmic religions. Because they're all based on dharma only. So what I'm trying to convey to the outside world is even the Abrahamic religions, scriptures, Bible and Quran, they also contain dharma, but in a crude manner, in a simple manner, without going deep. So now coming to the principle of God, because Buddha and Buddhist and Jainists, they are not accepting the existence of Ishvara. They accept Dharma, they accept Yoga. Dharma Yoga is a common framework for all religions, both theistic and atheistic. Even DK, DMK, they are all atheistic, but they will accept Dharma, ethics. They will never say you kill people, or they will never say you steal. So the Dharma Yoga is a common framework for all religions, including atheism, communism, Marxism, materialism, Charvaka. Everybody will accept Dharma, ethics, because law is Dharma. In all countries, law exists, and law is nothing but Dharma. And Bhishma told nobody wants to follow Dharma unless it is forced by a king. That is how the king is appointed. Otherwise, no need for king. King means government. Today, the king is a group of people elected. Previously, one person. They had elections. In fact, the recent document distributed in G20 shows how democracy existed right from the Vedas up till today. Even though the king is there, king is only a kind of a convener. There was a people representative body who were deciding who will be the king and who will not be the king. Even in the case of Rama, the people wanted Rama to be the king. Even in the case of Yudhishthira, people wanted Yudhishthira to be the king. So the people decided that democracy existed all through this history of India, even Chola administration. King is there only as a kind of a appointed person by the people, like President of India. So that is how it was, and the law was implemented by the king or government or by the elected government, and that law is nothing but Dharma. So Dharma is common for all denominations, both theistic and atheist. This is what I proved in that book. And yoga is also common. Yoga, physical yoga, everybody will accept, even our Udayanidhi or Stalin, everybody will accept, okay, I want to be healthy, I want to do asanas, they may be doing also. So, and even the religions which accept God, surprisingly, we normally think that Buddhism, Jainism are close to us because they are dharmic religions within India. But they are atheistic. That's a very fundamental difference. Whereas the Abrahamic religions, which we think they are foreign to us, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, three are Abrahamic. They are theistic. They are accepting Ishvara. So they are very close to Hindu thought because Hindu thought believes in Ishvara. Vedas uphold Ishvara. So why we should hate them? And if you look at carefully in that book, I established that their scriptural references to Ishvara or Creator, God, Allah, whatever it is exactly same as the definitions given in Rig Veda and in Atharvaveda on what is the Creator, what even in the Bhagavad Gita, Yo Mam Ajam Anadim Chaveti Loka Maheshwaram, that father of concept of father, Pitasi Lokasya Characharasya, Pamasya Vishwasya Guru Gariyan. So all these statements have compiled all these common factors. Of course, there are a lot of uncommon factors. I'm not saying they are exactly same, but common factors do exist. So once you know the common factors do exist, then the scope of conflict decreases drastically. Like for example, Gautam Mukherjee and myself. He's a Bengali, I am a Telugu speaker. He's also a Bengali. Now, I don't know Bengali. I don't eat fish. They eat fish and they speak Bengali. That's a difference. But there are what about the common factors? Like we all accept Ganga as the purest river, and we accept the Gautam Mukherjee's Gotra is Bharadwaj Gotra. Mine is also Bharadwaj. That's why I'm also a Mukherjee. So I can say I am Sri Ram Prabhu Mukherjee. And so the common factors bring us close together instead of differences. Differences are there. We are not denying. Differences will be there. Even between twins, there will be differences. Inside a house, between father and son, between brother and brother, there are differences. But the common factors are important to bring together with love and affection and oneness. That's why Dharma Yoga is the common framework for all religions and even atheism and science. So that's how that book has been developed for 6 years with about 10 authors. All authors belong to different religions. The scholars and doctorates, professors in those subjects. Yeah, I think today the title can be Dharma Yoga.
Yeah.
That is what I have covered.
It was very extensive, nice talk. Thank you. Prabhu, Babu Garu, the questions are over. You can.
Quickly, now time is up. We are over.
Yeah, it's time up.
But BRC Murtigari is still raising hand.
Okay, what is the question?
Murtigari.
నమస్కారం గురుగారు. ఇందులో ఈ ఎక్స్ట్రీమ్ హాట్ ఉన్నప్పుడు, ఎక్స్ట్రీమ్ కోల్డ్ ఉన్నప్పుడు, కొన్ని వెయిట్ రిడక్షన్, డయాబెటీస్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నప్పుడు అలాంటి ముద్రలు కొన్ని ఉన్నాయి కదా, అదేమన్నా?
చెప్పాం కదా, ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పించాను. ముద్రలు బంధాలు చూపించాం కదా, సూక్ష్మం వల్ల అవన్నీ కవర్ అవుతాయండి. సూక్ష్మం చేస్తే చాలు.
Okay. Now we'll go for Prarthana, then Janamana. After that, we'll have a small session. Please don't log off. Anantanji.
Om Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimmahishaah Brahmanebhya Shubhamastu Nityam Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deshoyam Kshobarahitah Brahmana Santu Nirbhayah Aputrah Putrina Santu Pautrinah Adana Sadana Santu Jivantu Sharadam Shatam Om Satyam Vada Dharmanchara Swadhyaya Anma Pramataha Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya Om Shanti 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om.
Dhanyavadamulanడి. Now let us recite Janaganamana.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता జయ హే జయ హే జయ హే జయ 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 హే జై హింద్
జై హింద్.
జై హింద్.
ధన్యవాదములండి.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
ఇలా
గారికి ధన్యవాదాలు.